Here we go.
Nice. How's it going, everybody? We're hanging out here at the Hideout. Nice. That's what I thought it was called. We decided we would do a little video for you guys to check out what we recorded this record with, so you kind of have an idea. First of all, let's start with sound control. If you look behind me, there's a giant mattress with a moving blanket on it, and it seems kind of ridiculous. But this area with the drums is a big rectangle, so we were getting a lot of reflections, and we just threw those two guys up with a blanket on it, and it actually worked pretty darn well. We were pretty happy with that. So that's the sound control stuff. Also on a giant rug, which tends to help a bit. The mics we used on this were overheads were Bluebirds, which are these guys here. These are great large diaphragm condenser microphones. You can kind of use it for whatever you want. Guitar, vocals, any instrument, drum overheads, blah, blah, blah. It's all good stuff. The kick down here is a Beta 52, which is a classic choice. You can't go wrong with a Beta 52. Also like an AKG D112 or an Audix D6. Any three of those microphones you can usually find used, and they sound awesome. The different one, and I think I'll just take it out of here, is there's a newer microphone company on the market, and they're called Lewitt, and they actually make some pretty great stuff. This is what we used on all of our toms and snare drum. This is a Lewitt DTP 340 TT. If you're looking for the actual model number. These things are $90 each, and they sound awesome. They have epic low end in the toms. They give you a really fat snare drum tone. They're not super clear, so like either you would use this with the 57, or we found that mixed with the tone of the overheads, it just sounds really darn good. But this little tiny microphone is great. It also comes with like a whole shock mount setup, so you don't need to buy mic stands for them or anything. We've really been blown away by these things. The one thing that we did a little bit different, we had an extra one of these around. I don't know if you can see it. I think it's kind of hidden. But actually down there on the bottom of the floor tom, pointed towards the kick, is another one of these, because I had a fourth one. It's kind of based on Recording Revolution's like Fat Mic. He puts a condenser mic right here to pick up a bunch of the extra tone, like the snare drum buzz, the kick, like the slap of the kick and everything. It was actually super helpful. It's going to add a lot of top end to the kick. It's going to bring out some more snare buzz stuff. And it's not one of those like necessary microphones or anything, but it's one of those kind of cool things you can just compress the crap out of and make it sound good. For the overheads, we used Glyn Johns or Recorderman, depending on which website you go to, which is basically a condenser right over the snare drum and a condenser out over the shoulder of the drummer. And they need to be equidistant. So we put this one up a little bit higher to catch a bit more. I think it was like 47 inches and 40. That doesn't really matter. It just has to be equal apart. It sounds awesome. For the drums and the cymbals, I'm a Sabian guy. I'm not endorsed by Sabian or anything. I just really like Sabian. So Artisan hats, 15 inches, 17-inch a thin crash, 21-inch groove ride, and we also had the 21-inch Memphis ride, which is a wicked ride as well. That's a Jojo Mare Fierce Crash, 18 inches. And then this thing over here is our pride and joy. We just called this the Dirt. I'm going to hit it with a drumstick, if you give me a second. I can move this now, because we're not recording anymore.
We're not recording anymore. It's over.
This was awful and scary, because if you hit it, it really sucked to put back. But this is what this thing sounds like. And you know what? On record, it's great. We were really, really, really blown away. We didn't use it a whole lot, because it's pretty out there, but it was still pretty sweet. Drums. Best drums ever. First of all, look at these things. They're beautiful. This is TRS Custom Drums, which I do endorse, or they endorse me. I don't know how that terminology works. But these are fantastic. We use 2 different snares on the record. This one is a hand hammer copper snare with wood hoops, and the other one was just a regular like satin maple snare drum. If you have a lot of money and want a really great instrument, Ta-da! This is not a stage custom. This is not $1,000. This is some pretty serious coin, but these things sound amazing. We really believe that this is most of our drum sound because we kind of just set them up. They sounded really good, and we hit record. So that's half the battle, is having really great sounding drums. And I guess I'll say as a quick side note, so I don't drag this out forever, that you can get pretty good drum tones out of a $1,000 kit or a $2,000 kit. So I'm not saying you can't. This was just way faster because you take them out of the case and you hit them and you go, ah, these sound great. And you put a mic and you're like, ah, these sound great. There's not a whole lot of work that goes into making a great drum sound great. So that's kind of my spiel for like the tech side and the drum side, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the drums. Check out Lewitt. Check out the blue stuff. It's awesome, obviously. Sure. And check out TRS if you're a drummer. At least look them up on the old YouTubes and the interwebs, because Seppo and the boys there make some pretty fantastic drums. So until next time, keep it real, y'all.